Welcome to Byte-Sized Tech, where we blend casual conversations with insightful discussions on the latest in technology and gadgets. So today we're diving into, well, it feels like a bit of fascinating chaos in modern tech, right?
Definitely chaos. There's this huge collision happening.
Exactly, like AI innovation moving so incredibly fast, it's rewriting its own safety rules almost weekly.
Yeah, and then you've got these new kind of futuristic wearables actually hitting the market.
And tech literally moving things around on our streets.
Yeah.
Robot deliveries, these mobile recording studios.
There's a lot to track.
Totally. So our mission today is really to pull out the most critical stuff for you from the sources. You know, how AI is wrestling with its own ethics. What new consumer tech you should actually pay attention to. And this massive AT&T data breach settlement, that affects millions.
It's really a study in contrasts, isn't it? You see companies taking fundamentally different routes. Some are all in on mass adoption, maybe relaxing guardrails a bit, while others are doubling down on safety, security, enterprise use.
Right. And that choice really shapes the whole product.
Completely.
Okay, let's unpack that, maybe starting with the friction we're seeing at the consumer level. OpenAI is just constantly making headlines.
Always.
And their video generator, Sora, it's feeling that ethical heat almost immediately. We saw that with the Martin Luther King Jr. videos.
Oh, absolutely. That was a prime example of the tech getting ahead of the governance. Users made these pretty disrespectful AI videos.
And the reaction was swift.
Very. The King estate responded quickly. OpenAI had to pause those generations. Now they have a new policy where estates or reps for public figures can opt out their likeness.
But does that really solve it? If the AI can still generate the image from a description?
Well, that's the challenge, isn't it? Just blocking a name isn't always enough. The governance is playing constant catch-up.
And it seems like the rules for ChatGPT are getting more complex, too. Sources say they're relaxing some filters, planning to allow erotica.
Yeah, for verified adults, they're talking about age gating rolling out by December.
Okay, but at the same time, they're adding parental controls. That feels contradictory.
Yeah. It creates this huge tension. They're trying to give adults more freedom, but parents are understandably worried. The sources show many just don't trust these barriers to work. They're saying, nope, we're moving the family over to something like Claude.
Because they see Claude as safer.
Significantly safer, yeah, more regulated. And that perception is exactly Anthropic's strategy.
So Anthropic is positioning Claude less as the fun consumer toy and more as the serious, safer tool for work.
Precisely. The reliable, customizable enterprise tool. And they're enabling that with this new thing called Claude Skills.
Claude Skills?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what is that exactly?
Think of them like little modular packages for specific tasks, like folders almost. They hold instructions, maybe some scripts, resources, and Claude can just load that skill instantly when you need it.
Ah, so it makes Claude like a specialist, an automation agent for specific workflows.
You got it. It could format Excel formulas to your company's exact weird standard or apply complex branding in PowerPoint. Super specific stuff.
Okay, interesting. And there's a business angle here you mentioned.
Yeah.
Efficiency. Tokens.
Right, tokens. Let's pause there because it's important. For anyone listening who isn't deep in LLMs, tokens are like the currency the AI uses. More tokens mean more processing, which means more time and more money per query.
Okay.
So Claude Skills are designed to be lean. They only load the relevant context, maybe just a few tokens for that specific task.
Which makes it faster and cheaper for businesses.
Massively cheaper and faster.
Yeah.
It makes really custom automation actually profitable. Some analysts are calling it a potential Cambrian explosion for this stuff.
Wow. Okay, that makes their enterprise focus sound much more, well, sustainable than chasing the consumer crowd.
Definitely. And their integrations show that too. They're going deep into Microsoft 365.
Teams, Outlook, SharePoint, OneDrive, the whole suite.
Yep. Using their open source connector. Doesn't matter what it's called, the MCP thing, but what matters is it lets Claude read and analyze inside your company's Microsoft environment. It can look at emails, search internal documents. That's huge for workflow and security within a company.
That kind of controlled environment feels very different from Google's approach, especially back on the video side. Google's Gemini Veo 3.1 update seemed less about wrestling with ethics and more about just making better videos.
Pretty much. Their update was focused on pure quality and creative control. Inserting objects, removing them, making videos longer, smoother transitions, letting creators use reference images or even just moods to guide the look. They even boosted the audio quality to be more accurate.
So OpenAI Sora is offering longer clips, now 25 seconds for pro users, I think.
Right.
But Google seems focused on making the process of creating the video more professional, more precise.
Exactly. Different strategies for different potential users.
Okay, let's shift gears completely. Away from the digital and into the physical world. Automation moving actual things.
This is where it gets really tangible, yeah.
Like driverless deliveries happening right now.
The Waymo and DoorDash partnership in Phoenix is a big one. They're using those driverless Jaguar SUVs for DashMart orders, and the plan is to expand quickly to restaurants, groceries, testing the whole physical logistics chain.
How does it work for the customer, though? Does the car just pull up and what?
You get a notification, you walk out to the curb, then you use the DoorDash app on your phone to actually unlock the truck.
Okay. So you grab your stuff, close it, and it drives off.
Exactly. It's driverless delivery, but key point, it's not doorstep delivery yet. You have to meet it halfway.
Still pretty futuristic, though. And it's not just them, right? Stellantis is doing robotaxis in Europe.
Yep, partnering with Pony.ai, it suggests this is a broader global shift happening.
Okay, so that's mobility. But then there's this other collaboration that sounds pretty wild. Dolby, Universal Music, and Mercedes-Benz.
Oh yeah, turning a luxury car into a high-fidelity sound studio.
A studio on wheels.
Essentially, the goal is studio-grade sound, specifically for mixing music in Dolby Atmos right inside the car.
I thought artists usually just check mixes in cars. Like on a regular car stereo as a reality check.
That was the old way. This is way beyond that. We're talking a Mercedes Maybach kitted out with 31 speakers, 1,750 watts, even speakers in the roof for height channels.
Wow.
So artists like Aaron Forbes, who produces for Billie Eilish, can literally plug their laptop with Pro Tools right into the car's system. They can finalize the spatial audio mix in the car. It's not just a test environment. It is the final mixing environment. No need to go back to the main studio.
That's incredible. It really shows how serious the industry is about making spatial audio the standard, embedding that quality everywhere.
It really does. Now let's bring it back down from ultra-luxury mobile studios to tech trying to smooth out everyday friction for regular consumers.
Like my digital wallet.
Exactly. Google Wallet specifically. You know how you open it and just scroll forever past loyalty cards you haven't used in years?
Yes.
Yeah.
Guilty. Takes ages to find the one I need at checkout.
They're trying to fix that. Adding personalization. You can now add a nickname up to 25 characters to your digital passes.
Oh, nice. So I can label that obscure coffee shop card.
Right. Or specific concert tickets. Just makes finding things less stressful. Small change, big difference, potentially.
Yeah. What else are they doing?
They're highlighting a feature called Nearby Passes. It's US only for now, but uses your location. So as you approach a specific store or maybe a train station, the relevant pass pops up automatically. Saves you hunting.
Okay, that's genuinely useful.
And for developers, they're enabling email ingestion. If you have smart features turned on in Gmail, it can automatically add digital passes right from your emails.
Convenient, but also more data linking. Always a trade-off.
Always.
Meanwhile, Meta's trying to solve daily friction by putting a screen directly onto reality with their new Ray-Ban display glasses. About $800.
Yeah, around that. This feels like maybe the biggest leap we've talked about today, technologically speaking.
The tech sounds impressive. Near-invisible heads-up display in the lens.
It is impressive. But the key part, the really novel thing, is how you control it. This separate neural band you wear.
Neural band. Sounds very sci-fi. How does it actually work? Is it reading my mind?
Not quite mind reading. It uses EMG electromyography. It reads the tiny electrical signals your muscles generate when you intend to make a gesture. So it's tracking the signals in your wrist muscles, not necessarily the full physical movement itself. You sort of think about doing that double tap with your thumb and finger.
And the glasses register it.
Yep.
Without a full tap.
Exactly. It registers the intention. It's subtle, but potentially really powerful for future interfaces.
Okay, powerful input. But what can you actually do with it right now? What's the use case?
The immediate uses are pretty compelling. Things like assistive captioning, seeing subtitles for real-world conversations, map navigation appearing right in your vision, an on-demand camera viewfinder, zoom functions. It definitely feels like interacting with the world differently.
But there have to be downsides, right? Especially for $800.
Oh, absolutely. Big ones. Battery life is a major hurdle. Sources say maybe 2 to 6 hours of typical use.
Oof. That's not much.
Nope. And you have to charge two things, the glasses and the band. Plus, the prescription support is pretty limited right now, like -4 to +4. That rules out a lot of people.
And safety. Sticking a display in front of your eyes seems Potentially distracting.
Huge concern, especially while driving. The sources specifically noted the potential for distraction and that there wasn't any automatic feature to, say, disable the display when you're driving.
Yeah.
It adds this powerful layer of distraction right into the physical world.
Yeah, that feels like a major issue to figure out. Okay, speaking of major issues, we need to wrap up with a big one. Security. That AT&T data breach settlement.
Right, a huge settlement, $177 million. It covers two different breaches, one in 2019 and one just this year, 2024.
And the breaches were different in what data was stolen.
Yeah, and that's key. The 2019 breach was arguably worse. It involved really sensitive data for over 73 million customers. Think Social Security numbers, birth dates. The 2024 breach affected more people, around 109 million, but it was mostly call information, not that core identity data.
Okay, so how does that difference play out in the settlement money?
The $177 million is split. $149 million is set aside for victims of that more sensitive 2019 breach, and $28 million for the 2024 breach. Individuals can claim up to $7,500 total, but the requirements are different. For the 2019 breach, you generally need documented proof of financial loss to get up to $5,000.
Which can be hard to prove.
Exactly. For the 2024 breach, the claims are simpler, up to $2,500. It reflects the different types of data exposed.
Gotcha. So anyone affected needs to look into filing a claim, and the deadline is December 18th, 2025.
That's the date. And, this settlement, plus other new, like hacker groups, doxing government officials, it just highlights this weird duality we're living in.
Wow.
We have these incredible leaps in convenience specialized AI, like Claude skills, robot deliveries, futuristic interfaces like the neural band. But right alongside that, our basic digital safety feels constantly under attack. Massive breaches, exposed data, ethical fights over AI.
Yeah, that really brings everything we talked about together, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Amazing potential sitting right next to significant risk.
It absolutely does. Which leads to maybe a final thought for you listening. When you consider all these risks, AI deepfakes, wobbly guardrails, AR glasses potentially causing distraction, how much personal risk are you actually willing to take on for all this technological convenience? Where's your line?
That's a really good question to ponder. Food for thought. Thanks for tuning in to Byte-Sized Tech. If you enjoyed this episode, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more fun tech discussions.